Greetings! I'm Rodger Newbold, and welcome to episode number 52 of the Experience Photography Vlog. Well, I'm glad to be here. My partner, my friend, the champ of Cameraland, and the editor for this show is Mr. Matt Rich. Are you there, my friend? My compatriot, where are you? Excellent. Oh, some days, changes occur, maybe as seemingly as slow as a tortoise. But in actuality, it's always as fast as a cheetah's sprint. We often don't recognize the tempo of time's relentless daily march. Hey, but it continues. One changes with it, or because of the flow of time, or one perishes. George Bernard Shaw professed that progress is impossible without change, and those who cannot change their minds cannot change anything. We estimate that it's better to change than just to simply fade away in a puff of dust. Oh, we can hear the weeping and wailing and gnashing of teeth already. I don't want to. I know, but you will. You just don't like being reminded of it. Nobody's looking forward to hobbling along. So, someday we end up walking with a cane. We don't like seeing everything in such muted tones. So, it becomes cataract surgery or glasses or something like that. Hearing? What? Oh, hearing or hearing aids. You get the picture. You don't want to, but you'll change. Do you want to get the picture? Growth is learning to step over those things that you used to trip on. It appears that the only way out of a malfunction is to simply go through it and get it done with. Nothing stays the same for you or for anyone else. And it's totally fine. It's all right to seek help. Many of your best days haven't even happened yet. I love the part about growth and change and becoming better. So stick with the people and the tools that pull the magic out of you, and that you can safely ignore the rest. Traveling through the mess will make you best, and it's really worth the quest. Okay? Number one, I really hate to state the obvious. Key to getting better is try shooting every day. Holy smokes, for most of this is a big change in life. It's not a matter of shooting a lot or a little. That's simply not the point. It's just learning to pick up that camera and see how it feels, how it becomes in your hand. It becomes part of your body. And your fingers know how to stick to the controls where they should be used. And your eyes learn to navigate in coordination of creating images and making beautiful things. It's difficult. But if you examine the lives of those whose pictures you revere, you're going to find out that that's the way they did it. Use the camera more and you get better. Simple. Now, Number 2, we have extolled this quip from the day we came on the air a couple of years ago. Always have a camera with you, on you, in your bag, over your shoulder, or glued to your forehead. It's just impossible to get a picture without a camera. Now, we've all missed some fantastic shots that we regret. You know, the misses are burned into our mind to remind us not to be so absent-minded again. You just never know what you're going to witness. And life is such a toss of the dice. You know, at least the Boy Scouts had one thing right. Be prepared. So, 3, check your camera settings. Hey, this is kind of important to know and understand your gear and how it relates to your immediate situation. Do you need to be in shutter speed priority mode? Are you ready to capture the blink of an eye? Do you want to be specifically locked into, say, wide open apertures for a very limited depth of field? Pay attention. Pay attention to what you're doing or to what you may shortly encounter or anticipate. You're in a crowded street and you need a good wide angle. Or are you out in the mountainside or in the desert and you maybe need a telephoto? You know, it's as simple as that. You got to change. Be mindful of the change in settings as you change venues. Don't get caught being too slow. Clap, you know, get those hands a-going. Use a fast shutter speed. Number 4, getting older increases physical limitations. However, it is still not advisable to take every photo we make from a standing eye level position. Should your photographs be constantly recorded from the same altitude as your eyes? You'll be amazed how shooting from your knees or from the high ground will change your image. You know, go watch a video about a documentary photographer working in the streets. See how they move. Then you can silently wonder, how many pair of jeans did they wear out by constantly kneeling to get the shot from such a low angle? Wow, that's cool. And then you can wonder how to get back up off the ground. Number 5, check your histogram. You know, this is true. After the first 4 or 5 test shots, stop, take a look, be certain that you are capturing all of the tonal range that you think you're getting. There's nothing worse than leaving the shooting situation and discovering that, oh, hey, Houston, we have a problem. And now it's too late. We can't redo it. So don't be in that big of a rush. Check your settings. If you're shooting to the best, and after all, that's what it's all about, you know, check your camera capture quality. If you have no interest in post-production work, at least capture in the highest grade of JPEG. You know, putting 7,000 images on one card doesn't really buy you anything. You know, the phone in the toilet. Yeah. If you have a desire to improve your work, capture in your camera's raw format. Now, regardless, generally, every single frame needs to undergo some sharpening, some color enhancement, and certainly it deserves a close-up inspection of your focus point before it is viewed by the public eye. So often people bring prints and we observe that there has been absolutely no specific focus point, nor have they been carefully given the once-over from the photographer. We're not here to judge blatant errors. We're not here to look at crummy snapshots. We came to enjoy. So, photographer, do your part. Number 7, compose meticulously. I mean, really, there are no hard and fast rules concerning composition. We have things like the suggestion of thirds. It's out there. It's to help lend a hand. But what does, the photo book know about what you wanted to say about what you've just seen? Nothing. They don't know what you're doing. Focus on and arrange your photographs with a good sense of creativity. And ask yourself, and I mean, if you have to do it out loud, fine. Ask yourself, what do I want the viewers to know? What do they need to see and understand about what I'm providing to them? Articulating your desires will aid in exceeding in fine construction of your images. It will also guide you to the best focus point, the best f-stop, the best shutter speed. This sort of means you have to give more of yourself. Less happity-clickety, the more, hey, I'm trying to do better. Number 8, pay attention to the edges of the image. I love the part, are there sticks and stones and pine cones and that dreaded pop can all trying to make their debut in your photo? What about the background while you're laboring on the foreground? Why is that tree growing up out of that young lady's head? Who needs an extra pair of bunny ears? And they come tiptoeing into view. Billowing refuge is garbage. Unless for some reason that's your subject matter. Number 9, if in doubt, get closer. Describing is generally done a disservice by being too far away from the marginal clarity of the small details. Why make things more difficult? Make certain that your depth of field is sufficient and is being carried adequately through the picture from the point of your focus. There's just no excuse for blundering that. 10, use a tripod. Well, come on. There are more reasons to use one than not. Whining about it being too heavy or too bulky does not make better photographs. The stinging truth is, to make better photographs, you've got to have a tripod. It slows the tempo. It becomes a faithful contemplation of what you're doing. Adds time to review and adjust your composition. It forces the photographer, oh my goodness, to think, thus improving, and that's it. The bad news is you must find one or more tripods that are needed for your style of work. Now, we've covered this topic 1,000 times. It's old news to some. However, it's a giant step in improving what you're doing. It imposes patience and allows you to do the technical, to gander and wait for the moment of precise light. It's helpful in using lower ISO and getting better quality and dynamic range. Maybe the journey isn't about becoming the world's greatest. But maybe it is. Maybe it's about unbecoming everything that isn't really you. Maybe doing all of this gives you a chance to push restart and become whatever you'd like to after recharging and after being whatever you desire now. Maybe it gives you an opportunity to stand up and grow at your own pace and in your own way. Maybe it gives you an occasion to stand with others and bring them to loftier heights with you. Whatever. I know I'm grateful to those who lifted me. And dang it, I hope you know who you are. So many. You know, we hope the days come easy and the moments pass slowly, and each road leads you to where you need to be. We hope you find the right pieces that bring you peace. My friends, our time is up for today, and I'm glad to have been with you and to share some few pointers that might aid in your improvement. If you enjoy this, please share with somebody new. You never know who's going to need that helping hand. So subscribe to this channel, and most of all, give us that big thumbs up. So until we meet here again on screen, a tip of my hat to you, my friends, and cheerio.